This park covers 72 hectares, which makes it 44 times larger than the playing surface of Adelaide Oval. It's the largest single park within the Adelaide Parklands. Its English name honours Queen Victoria, while its Kaurna name, Pakapakanthi, means to trot, a recognition of the legacy of horse racing here for more than 160 years. Victoria Park's association with horse racing is nearly as old as the park itself. From the mid-1800s, horse races were important social events. The first racing club constructed a grandstand in 1867, then in 1882 added this one, which is heritage listed. Most horse racing facilities are gone now, but the heritage gates and old turnstiles remain, as does this 1880s beer hut, now a kiosk. A cafe called The Stables is actually using the 1926 Turnstiles building. Crowds gathered here not just for horse racing, but also for royal visits, such as the Prince of Wales in 1920 and a young Queen Elizabeth in 1963. As horse racing declined in popularity, a different type of racing came to Victoria Park. From 1985, Formula One cars used a street circuit that included a pit straight in the centre of this park. The event was held annually for 11 years, until Formula One moved to Melbourne. In its place, a similar circuit's been used since 1999 for a V8 supercar race, in a 4-day motorsport carnival every March. Motor racing remains controversial though, because constructing and dismantling the facilities can take as long as 5 months. The motor racing circuit is used at other times of the year by cyclists for regular criterium racing. There's also occasional human-powered pedal car events here. Horses make a return to Victoria Park once a year, as the international 3-day event cross-country course extends from adjacent parks across Wakefield Road into this Park 16. Victoria Park is ideal for exercise and recreation. There's a shaded gravel piste for playing petanque, and a popular sweat track alongside East Terrace that was opened in 1971. It's lit up in the evenings and is part of the Parklands Trail for pedestrians and cyclists. Alongside the sweat track, this bluestone-lined channel is the artificial watercourse for Botanic Creek that drains the eastern parklands into the Botanic Gardens lake. South of the racetrack, the central wide open part of Victoria Park is a dog off-leash area, and also a zone for flying model aircraft, but not Cessnas. It includes several sporting fields used mainly for school sports, such as cricket and soccer, throughout the year. The dirt track with exercise stations encourages longer walks and runs in a loop around Victoria Park. Commuting across Victoria Park is quick and convenient, with the green corridor that links Halifax Street in the city to Rose Park across Fullerton Road. The City Councils lined the green corridor with native garden beds that also served to separate the southern sporting fields from the northern racetrack area. From here, the uninterrupted view of the hill's face is one of the reasons for the National Heritage listing of the Adelaide Parklands. But Victoria Park's charm is not just its wide open spaces. On either side of the park, east and west, there are groves of historic trees. In the northwestern corner of the park, this grove of olive trees dates from the 1870s. On the opposite, eastern side of the park, alongside Fullerton Road, some specimens in this line of about 30 river red gums are almost as old as the olives. Near the river red gums, there's a large clump of white poplar trees. Planted in 1953 to reduce flooding, they're an invasive species, and there are plans to remove them and establish a seasonal wetland here instead. However, some of the most significant vegetation in this park is much smaller.
The area is important because it's one of the few remaining areas of remnant grassland and wildflowers that exist pre-European settlement.
The rare checkered copper butterfly lives here in a fascinating symbiosis with common ants that feed the butterfly larvae. Early European settlers stripped most of the parklands, including Victoria Park, of most of its native vegetation. This historic Duryea panorama was taken in 1865. Eventually, in the 1880s, a program of revegetation began. The urban woodland in the south of Victoria Park was the site of the very first Arbor Day in Australia. In June 1889, about 5,000 schoolchildren marched from Victoria Square, accompanied by the police band, to plant hundreds of trees here. Today, this woodland consists mostly of mature river red gums and sugar gums, with some non-natives. With council approval, a land care group is gradually removing exotic species from the woodland to return it to a more natural environment.